we start this program truly goated. I am honored and humbled every time. Please give it up for Hall of Famer Warren Moon. Hi, Warren. You look incredible. Let's get the fit, shall we? Can we get a little bit of the fit? I always forget to wear pink.
This on? Did you paint that dress on?
No, but I literally can't breathe, so yeah.
Painted it on. It's fitting you pretty good, girl.
Thank you, Warren. Let's have a little seat here. We'll grab your microphone so the whole world can hear you. And just as a reminder, this is your 23rd time here at the Kentucky Derby?
24.
24!
24. I got a big 25-year anniversary coming up next year, so I got to plan something big.
What will that look like? You and your Prada shades this morning.
It might start right here.
Okay, we would love to. We would love to see it. You've got your friend Bob. Hey, Bob.
Yeah,
Bob is here. The whole crew.
Bob, Guinea, my buddies over there. We met here, and we've become friends because of our Derby experience 24 years ago.
What makes this trip unique, you think? What are you looking forward to? Or do you like that it's the same crew, same routine?
That's a big part of it. The people that I hang out throughout the whole weekend, the relationships that we've built. There's so much history, there's so much tradition that goes along in this event. That's what I love about it. The style that everybody gets involved in. You know, you don't see people wearing jerseys and T-shirts.
Yeah.
Everybody's dressed up. So there's just so much hospitality along with the people that are down in this part of the country. They treat you so well down here. So it's just a very welcoming place that you want to come back to every year.
It's my 3rd year, and I've made the same rookie mistake over and over and over again. I study the field.
No.
Like an idiot, right? So I'm studying, I'm learning these, and then these horses are getting scratched left and right. You, my friend, have the best tip. Don't study it all till right before. Right? What's your process in picking the horse for Derby Day?
There's a couple of things I look for. I look at names, of course. I look at what they've done in certain turfs and different things like that. I also look at the horses that are taking a poop as they're walking down the deal.
So we like a poop horse.
Of course, yeah. You want them to get that system cleaned out, and then they can run a little faster. You know, you walk a little bit faster when you are cleaned out. So those are little things I look for.
This was gonna go there right away? Yes, I kind of did here with Warren Moon hanging out here at Kentucky.
Hey, you wanted to scoop.
Do you have a Derby pick for me?
I don't right now.
Yeah, we can't. We gotta wait.
No.
Wait for the poop, and then we'll get like a FaceTime with you.
There's too many horses being scratched. Like 2 horses that have been scratched already. I had them in a exacta field, so you just gotta wait.
We have legendary broadcaster Mike Tirico on, and I'm gonna ask him, how frustrating is it as you prepare for these hours and hours of coverage that so much is unpredictable? That's fun for us, but for him, I wonder what that's like. Last time you were on the show, not here at the Derby, it was late January, and then a week later, your son committed to your alma mater. Congratulations.
Thank
you. What are the feels?
Yeah, that's it's exciting, and then I'm also nervous for him because, you know, whenever you follow your dad or whatever into a certain field, people have expectations. And I don't want him to have any extra pressure than there already is for a freshman going in to play Division I football. So that's my biggest concern, but I think he'll handle it very well. He's a very grounded kid. I
mean, when you say that, I think of Shedeur Sanders, weirdly, with everything that's just happened.
Yeah.
Him following the footsteps of Dion, which seems almost insurmountable.
Right.
I don't want to really talk about the past and what happened, but if you were to be able to talk to Shedeur, I don't know if you have, what would you tell him as he tries to win this job?
I think I would tell him, you understand the things that you might have done wrong or did right throughout the process, the pre-draft process, but now you're drafted, you're in an organization, you've got a chance to go in there and make a name for yourself, and it's how you go about doing it, it's how you attack it. There's nobody there that's solidified in that job at quarterback right now. Joe Flacco's in his 40s, we don't know what he has. Dylan, the kid from Oregon, he's a rookie.
Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, none of those guys have done anything in this league so far. So I think the job is wide open for Shedeur. All he has to do is go in there, put his head down to the grindstone, and go after it and be the player that he's been the last few stops he's been at. So it's all in front of him. It's just the only thing that's affected him now is he's not a first-round draft pick, so it's the amount of bonus money he gets. Otherwise, he's still on the football team, and he has just as good a chance as anybody else on that team to make it.
Well, you know about playing with a chip on your shoulder. I imagine he'll have a pretty good one. Do you think, what are the chances he, in your opinion, who's the starter week 1 for the Browns?
Well, that's what I say. You use this as fuel, and this is good fuel for you to just go in there and show what people don't think you can do. I don't know who the first day starter is going to be. A lot of it's going to have to do with how all these guys play in the preseason, because that's what coaches look at. How do you play when the lights are on? So there's only 3 preseason games now, so you don't have as much of an opportunity to get out there and show what you can do. But you got to make the most. If you only get 5 plays, you make those 5 plays really 5 good plays.
There are some CFL rumors. That's how you started your career.
Yes, it is.
You were in the CFL until you were 28 years old. Do you think that would be the right or wrong move for him?
I think he's fine right where he is. I think he's an NFL player. I think a lot of teams looked at him that way, but because of other circumstances, it didn't happen as far as being drafted high enough. Tom Brady was a 6th-round draft pick.
Yes.
We look at what happened to him. So I wasn't drafted at all. You look at what happened to me. So it doesn't matter where you're drafted. It's how you handle it once you're drafted or once you get inside the NFL camp.
And then as dads, like you have your son Riken, like Dion, it's an interesting role because you have to be very almost tempered. You have to be very disciplined in how you handle that.
Well,
as the dad.
As a dad, probably an all-time great at that position, is a whole different mindset when you play corner compared to playing quarterback. You can't act like a cornerback when you're playing quarterback. Quarterback's a humble position. You got to be respectful. You got to be a leader. You're the face of the franchise. There's so much more responsibility that comes along with it. That's what he has to understand.
I can talk to Warren Moon all day, but you're talking face of the franchise. Let's get into the Cam Ward portion of the program. Congrats to the fan base, to the city, to the vibes, to you. When you walked out and unretired your jersey, my jaw was on the ground. I couldn't believe it. What was that moment like?
Well, it was something I had thought about for a number of weeks when Cam first approached me about it, and I told him I'd think about it. I went and I talked to the owner, Amy Struck, about what she thought about it, and then I made my decision. And basically I made that decision off of, I've had that number for like 50 years, right? From the time I was 18 years old until here I am today. And Cam's had that number for about the last 4 or 5 years when he was at Washington State. But I looked at it as, my Houston Oilers #1 will never be worn again. He's going to wear the Tennessee Titans #1, and he has a chance to start a legacy with that number with the Tennessee Titans, which I'm a member of as part of the organization. So I just thought it was the right time to do it, and he can create his own legacy just like I did, and hopefully he'll surpass my legacy.
I want to know what happened in that phone call. Was it a phone call? Was it an email?
It was a phone call, yeah.
Did you know he was calling you? Did you know he would?
I did not.
So
well, yes, I did.
Okay.
His dad texted me and told me that he wanted to talk to me.
And
I had no idea what it was
didn't.
about, though.
In the moment he asked you, did you know you would give it up and just wanted him to sort of sweat it? Or what was the, like, in your head?
At the moment he asked me, I had no idea if I wanted to give it up or not. My first inclination was no. Because you worry about your legacy, right? You worry about how you're going to be remembered when you're gone from here. But then I had a chance to think about it and think about all those different things that I just talked to you about, and it made more sense to me.
If it was an Oilers uni, you would have said no. If it was an Oilers one, you would have said no.
If it was Oilers, I would never give it away. And if I had been with that one organization my whole career, say like Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
He was with the Giants his whole career.
And he said no
and
to
he said
Abdul
no
Carter,
right away.
which
And I don't blame him,
understand.
But I wore it for other organizations, and I'm not wearing the same, he's not wearing the same number on the same jersey I wore.
You said the line again, but here's last week you said your Houston Oilers jersey will probably never be worn again. You know what people think then, that there's a redesign coming?
Well, probably because I never say never about anything. You know, in this world we live in now, you can't say never about anything, but because if I did say never and it did happen, people are going to say,
But Warren, fans think new uniforms are coming. As someone who is very well dressed and plugged into the organization, as one is.
The Tennessee Titans have new uniforms coming, a whole new set. And I've seen glimpses of them, but it's not the Houston Oilers jersey.
I understand. What do these Titans unis look like?
Pretty good.
Are they clean? Are they like futuristic? Give us something.
They fit with the times, but they're also a little futuristic. So they will advance with the times. We'll put it that way.
Death, taxes, Kay drinking too many mint juleps, and Warren Moon breaking news on Titans uniforms. Amy's got to hate me. Ms. Strunks, we love you. Sorry, we keep trying, breaking news here. I wanted to ask you about a bold prediction, right? You're going to go, you're going to hit the window, you're going to say which horses you want to win. What's a bold prediction for your Titans for 2025?
Bold prediction for?
The year. for the Titans under the
for the
Cam Ward
Titans?
helm?
Wow, that's a good one. I think they'll win at least half, if not over half, like a 9-8 football team in his first year. I think he's going to really come in and show people that he's going to be a difference maker, along with the other young players they've already put into their organization. They've done a great job of slowly building this thing over the last 2 years, and I think he's one of the big missing pieces.
So we want some patience.
Yes.
For a young quarterback like they all deserve. Out of the, do you think Jackson Dart, you think the Giants got it right with Jackson? Do you think the Giants got it right with Jackson Dart?
I do. I think they liked him a lot in the process, and I think between him and Shedeur, I think their interviews went better. I think that's one of the reasons why they took him over Shedeur.
Back to Cam Ward for a second. You're clearly involved. You have faith in him. It says a lot about what you think of him, that you took the phone call, that you thought about, that you showed up. What that that's incredible that you did that. It's iconic, in fact. What does it say about how you feel about Cam?
Well, our journeys are a lot the same as far as what he went through to play quarterback. He got the door shut in his face so many different times along the way as I did. I didn't go to different schools, but he had to go to different universities to kind of show what he did. And it's just been a gradual improvement process for him to the point where he was probably a 4th or 5th round draft pick when the season started last year, and he goes all the way to the #1 pick. So I just love his story. He's from right down the road in Houston where I played my professional football. So just a lot of similarities between our journeys.
And how he carries himself. I'm
very
all
humble.
into it. And he was very humble and not spoken about. And people complain about, nobody talks about Cam Ward. I love that for him.
He doesn't
I
give
love
you a
that
lot
for
of
him.
he doesn't give you a lot of crap to talk
Yeah.
about, which is great. You don't want your quarterback being talked about like that.
I'm
you
so
want
curious.
your quarterback to be talked about for his football
Yeah.
play.
How involved are you going to be? Giving up that number, unretiring it. Like how many phone calls a week? Is there a film study Zoom session that we negotiated? Like you were invested in not letting that number or that man fail.
Okay, I'm gonna be a lot more involved than you think. I'll just put it that way. I will have my little fingers in a lot of different things going on there.
Amazing. I think we have Mike Tirico coming on the show. We have Devontae Adams, right, coming on the show. We hope so. We hope so. Do you think we're here for Devontae Adams or Aaron Rodgers' retirement party?
Could be. I saw his agent here last night too. So that your agent usually doesn't accompany you to the Kentucky Derby, so who knows?
Interesting. Okay, we're going to take a short break here. Anything else you want to talk about? Big parties you're going to tonight? Anything? We
Well,
got to link up
I'm
at one of
going to
these
your
parties.
party.
Okay,
I just need to know
yes.
where it is.
Where is the party?
It's
We
such
don't
a
know.
secret.
Is it? It's a huge party. FanDuel is throwing Shabuzi. Everybody involved.
I love Shabuzi.
Okay, good. So you'll be there. Bob will be there. Best hype man ever. And we'll take a break and we will be right back.